Welcome to today's video insight. Today's insight is about the concept of importance and how horrible we are in getting importance right by default. We talked about default, that it's where things are headed naturally without us interfering or interacting. And so by default, importance, or what feels important to us, is related to closeness, neurological and physical, and what's loud, what our peer group is talking about. And also, if you watch the news, for example, that can seem very loud in terms of urgency or importance, or big headline with something. This is what I mean with loud. It has this perceived importance to it, by being in our face and being prominent. So this is how when we grew. It's not totally illogical, or it makes sense to get us started. So when we were a child, of course, the people who were close to us were very important for our survival. So we would pay attention to our peer group there and to our parents, and they were near to us. But in reality, a person on the other side of the world can be now way more important to you than your neighbor, for example. So this nearness is not nearness is not a real indication for importance, but to our brain it is. The people that are physically near to us feel more important to us by default. And this is not always the case. Sometimes it's right, but not always. And of course, when we grow up, our brain looks around in the environment also for norms and standards of the people in our close environment. So norms and standards of our environment feel very important to us as well. So we can be intentional with that as well. We can choose our peer group and the norms and standards we want to have, and also we can use the method from how to know what is true to really construct correct norms, what must be correct. But this is probably a topic for a different video. In this video I want to make it visible, show to you that by default importance, our brain really gets it wrong. It's really not good in determining importance. So what would be a correct way to determine what's important? For that, I also indicated in previous videos that we want to pay attention to strategy and our resources and what we want to do. So importance is always related to impact on the quality of our life. So we want to determine bottlenecks to our quality of life, and then we want to seek understanding how we apply our resources in the most strategic way, so we have the biggest impact for goodness. That's where real importance lies. We want to look for impact, the biggest bang per buck for a certain resource we use, to move us closer to our strategic objective or our overall goal of perfect happiness for everyone. So this is really important, and let's contrast it again with closeness and also neurological closeness, what gets triggered, what lights up immediately. So sometimes we also talked about our feelings we just get triggered and have a certain feeling, and we don't look a few steps further, and then we say, how I feel right now, it's more important than this and that to do. So, and then we prioritize going with our feelings in the immediate short term. So so closeness is not the right way to look for what is important. Also, we want to pay attention to norms and standards, and construct correct norms and standards ideally, or we write the norms and standards of other people, but we want to do that intentional and identify with them at certain times when it's applicable, and we can disassociate with a certain peer group as well if it's not helping us in a certain situation. So this was today's video insight. I see you in the next one. Bye bye.